Hey everyone, John Hartley. Got a couple of things in the mail today, and I said last time I wasn't gonna make videos on the banknotes that I'm buying because it's just a sideline hobby, and not many of them are that interesting. They're mostly new notes, which I'm just having fun looking at them. But I did get a few notes that were kind of interesting. This is a 1920 or 21, I think, 100,000 mark German note. And it's rather large, as you can see, compared to something that's a little bit more normal. But it's in absolutely uncirculated condition. Probably something that was printed, stored, demonetized, and sold to collectors, as a lot of these things are. This next one I got the other day is from Belgium. It's a 1944 20 franc Belgian note. And it feels old, but it's in good shape. It's got a little bit of a corner fold there, but it's kind of plain in color. It's all just kind of brown. But I thought it was cool. Anytime I can find an old note that doesn't cost an arm and a leg for a country, I like going with the older ones because they look more classic. Speaking of old, the next two notes are fractional currency from 1863, and there were 5 series of these notes during the Civil War because of the coin shortage, much like 1944 when we used zinc-coated steel for our cents so that we could use the bronze in shell casings. So this is a 10-cent note, and it just has an image of Liberty there. And I really like these, but a lot of these fractional notes are expensive. Really expensive. This next one was kind of expensive, but I got a good deal on it because it's misaligned. As you can see, there's no border on the left and border on the right. But that was the nature of the beast back then. That was common. It, of course, would be a nicer specimen if it was equally spaced, but it's in perfect condition. Another one of those that was probably never released. And you can see the spacing again on the reverse. This is a 25-cent, 1863 fourth issue from that's all I had to say. But it's got good old George on there. Now this one I got in today, and I didn't open it on screen because I wasn't planning on showing these. But this is from Liechtenstein. And Liechtenstein is one of the smallest countries in the world. I've learned you have to be patient with this new camera. It takes a second. It focuses immediately when you're taking pictures, but when you're doing a video, it takes a second. And I've tried all kind of different settings, but it just takes a minute for it to focus in. This is another small note, 10 francs, I think, or 10, I'm not sure. and just has a visionette on the reverse. Liechtenstein only had 3 notes, a 10, a 20, and a 50, and this was in 1920. Because they're such a small country, and this is me assuming that they probably used currency from surrounding countries. I mean, the country's only is smaller than the size of my hometown, and so using a French note or what have you would be a simple thing to do. All right, now I got some minor coins here. Nothing special, just I'm waiting on Dansko. I believe Dansko, they moved to Washington State, but I believe they're back in operation because the company that I buy Dansko albums from is called the Dansko Store. You can find it online rather easy. They have taken down the wording on their homepage that says we don't know when they're going to get back in operation. They're just saying, hey, normal stuff. So if they do make an album for the American Innovations Dollar, I have to have all of them, of course, because that's me. It's an addiction, yes. And it's unfortunate that the Mint is not placing these coins in their annual uncirculated sets. It doesn't seem right. So these are the Connecticut coins, and there are 2 from Philadelphia and 2 from Denver. And the reason that there are 2 is that one's variety A and one's variety B. And that just means that when you hold the coin upright like this and rotate it forward, the writing is upright. And the other one, if you hold the coin upright like this and lean it forward, the writing on the edge lettering is upside down. Now they probably won't, if they do make an album, they probably won't put a variety A and a variety B in there. And one of the reasons I say it's unfortunate that they're not putting all these coins in their uncirculated sets is you have to buy them from a dealer who buys bags or rolls. And it's hard to find somebody that buys them in rolls. Because you get more for your money with bags. And so they end up having bag marks on them. So I'm not going to show all of these because it takes so long to focus with this camera. But that's me. I'm a completist, and I started using that word before I even knew it was really a word. So I thought I'd made it up before, but apparently I didn't make it up. And this box, as you probably already know, is from the United States Mint. And if you follow the Mint's offerings, then you already know what that is. It's what came out last week. It is American Innovations $1 proof set. And again, I'm preparing for the Dance Co album. I am glad that they're putting proof coins out in the first place. And I don't know, that they decided to give George Bush and Barbara Bush, after they passed away, Barbara gets her $10 first spouse gold coin, and George gets his $1 manganese golden dollar. And I haven't seen in the schedule of products when they're listed it say anything about a proof coin for George H.W. Bush's dollar. But you'd think they would. I mean, in 1999, when they had to, they were running low on dollar coins, and New York City's metro system ran on Susan B. Anthony dollars or tokens. They had to make a bunch of 1999 Susan B. Anthony dollars that they were not intending to make, because the Sacagawea was coming out in 2000. But they hadn't made one for years, so they were running low and they had to have a certain amount. But they did do something for collectors, and they put out in a little blue plastic box and with a lens inside. Not a lens, but a capsule inside and it had a proof. So hopefully they'll do the same thing. I think they would be remiss in their duties if they didn't. But these are all 4 coins from this year's Innovations dollar. And it's Connecticut and Massachusetts. I like that design with the telephone dial in it. Some of my younger viewers may have seen the dial telephone, but don't know how to work it. Kind of funny. And what's that one? Maryland has got the Hubble telescope. And my home state is honoring an educator. They could have done a little better on the design, because if you look at a close-up, this is the lady they're honoring. This is supposedly an adult, and these other 3 children are supposed to be children, but if you look at their faces, it looks like they're just old people. One of them who is really short. So, anyhow, that's what I got today. I don't have, I looked at my monthly budget yesterday, and I'm only halfway through it, and I have no plans to buy anything before the end of this credit card cycle. So I looked around for things to buy, just looking on different coin sites on Facebook, scrolling through Numista in some of my favorite countries, and it seems like every time I saw a coin that I thought was attractive, I already had it, which is good. But there's nothing out there right now there's several things I need, but they take up a lot more of my budget than I can afford for the rest. I'm looking for a good $30 or $40 or $50 silver coin from somewhere. That I would be interested in. So there's nothing coming in right now. I do have some more banknotes coming in from 3 different countries. Same company that I bought this Liechtenstein note from. And I really like this Liechtenstein note. And my album, I bought 2 of them when I got started buying the banknotes and putting in the album some of the banknotes that I already had. Well, the album I have now is the first album I've been filling up is just about full. So I'm gonna have to start moving some of them to the other album before too long. So that's all I got. Appreciate you watching. If you would, please click on that subscribe nickel in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If you give me a thumbs down, tell me what you didn't like about the video. And please leave a comment. I like responding. I like reading all your comments, and I try to respond to all of them. So until next time, whenever that might be, I'm 1042.